Hello, welcome back to the United Way for your latest Manchester United breaking news. Raphael Varane is to leave Manchester United in the summer. It's been confirmed earlier on today that the Rolls-Royce defender Raphael Varane will be leaving in the summer. I mean, look, this is the start of the Manchester United clear out. It'd be interesting to see. But please let us know your thoughts in the comments about Raphael Varane leaving. Would you have liked him to stay? Do you agree with Manchester United letting him leave in the summer? I mean, look, I feel like we're getting rid of him because I think it's more the money side of things. Yeah, I know he's injury prone. I understand that. But at his time at Manchester United, he's been very, very good. I remember when we signed Raphael Varane, I think it was 2021. Um, Before Leeds, the first game of the season, we beat Leeds 5-1. I think we signed Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo in the same summer. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. We beat Leeds 5-1. We signed Varane. Things were looking brilliant. Unfortunately, things have went downhill ever since. But look, Fabrizio Romano and Manchester United have come out and said Raphael Varane will leave Manchester United this summer as a free agent. Manchester United confirmed Raphael Varane will leave the club in the summer upon the expiry of his contract. Look, I was seeing a few tweets and people were saying we should have got rid of Lindelof first and Maguire. And look, it was many people sort of had a feeling that Raphael Varane was going to leave. I remember before the new year, before January, supposedly him and Ten Hag had a falling out. I remember that news was going around. I don't know where that came from. And then you have he started, then he gets injured. And look, his injuries has been a big problem at Manchester United. He's very injury prone, injured at the moment, unfortunately. But it'd be a shame to see him go because he's experienced at the back. He's won numerous trophies. He's a World Cup winner. He's won a few Champions Leagues as well. He I know he didn't win the Champions League at Manchester United. He only won a Carabao Cup at Manchester United, which look, it's not really obviously it's not his fault, but it's not great. A player coming to Manchester United of that caliber, of that experience, unfortunately just doesn't have enough trophies. But I tell you what, the centre back partnership of him and Leach last season was brilliant. It was solid at the back. You had David De Gea won the Golden Glove as well. Casemiro was flying. Eriksen was flying. I mean, my God, like this season and last season, like bring back last season, please, because I want that back. I want last season back now because it was brilliant. And we thought we were turning the corner. Look, Varane's contract does expire. I think it is the 30th of June. He's made 93 appearances at Manchester United, 2 goals. Look, he scored the first goal, Manchester United's first goal of the Premier League season against Wolves. You definitely cannot forget that. Look, he's had a lot of injuries at his time at Manchester United, but so is the rest of the players at the club as well. So it's not just his fault. I want to see. I don't want to see his injuries, but he's like we actually signed him for the player that he is. We didn't sign him for a lot. Like I'm on transfer market here, and I'm trying to get a rough idea on how much we paid for him. It was around 40 to 45 million. Again, please do correct me if I'm wrong. I like when people do let me know if I'm wrong or not. But look, it'd be interesting to see where Varane goes now. Will he go to Saudi? Will he go maybe back? Seeing that Ben Jacobs came out and said maybe he could go back to RC Lens. Could he go back there? Look, if we're getting rid of players like Varane, I think he was on 340 grand a week. So again, Manchester United aren't really going to want to pay that sort of dough to a player who's injured and is in his 40s now. I'm just trying to have a look here. We signed him obviously from Real Madrid for 40 million was the fee. 40 million was the fee. So, look, you cannot forget Varane, solid player. Punch Paint says I can see him at Inter Miami. I mean, look, again, it's sort of like, would you say the retirement teams or retirement homes is, clubs like Inter Miami, like you said. What else is there? You have Saudi. You have, I remember, I think was it the Chinese league used to be there? So I don't think you'll go there. But yeah, look, I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up in America or Saudi or even France. I wouldn't be surprised. But you still can't forget. Yeah, I know he's had a lot of injuries at Manchester United. I know during his career, but I mean, he's only 31, and he is a good defender. Like, I wouldn't go as far to say, oh, he's on the decline or whatever. He is a good defender. Look, he's not as young as he used to be, not as quick as he used to be. You look at what he's won. Like, he's one of Manchester United's best defenders. But like, honestly, I can't, Varane is a solid player. But again, back to injuries, the worry was with Varane is when you see him go down, oh, he had to come off. You knew he's going to be out for a long, long time. I mean, now Ten Hag and the club, well, whoever's the manager, but we'll say Ten Hag and the club now have to write who else are we going to get rid of? Are we going to get rid of Victor Lindelof in the summer? Are we going to get rid of Harry Maguire? Are we going to get rid of Wan-Bissaka? Are we going to get rid of Luke Shaw? I wouldn't get rid of Luke Shaw, but I'm just throwing names out there that people are saying. Are we going to get rid of Casemiro? Are we going to get rid of Jadon Sancho? Obviously, Martial will be out the door in the summer. That's been already confirmed. I think. Who else are we going to get rid of? That's my question. I mean, Ten Hag said in his press earlier on that he says we are planning definitely for the last games for Varane to play, not tomorrow, but we hope for Sunday, and then of course for the last game. So he hopes Varane can play in the game against Brighton on Sunday and Manchester City next Saturday in the FA Cup final. I mean, look, I'd be interested to see what happens to Varane, but again, let me know in the comments. Do you think we're getting rid of him because of his injuries? Do you think Varane wanted to leave, or do you think the club just didn't want to pay Varane $340k a week? Supposedly that was. Again, you can never really believe too many news because in that case, we'd be still waiting to sign those other players, Frankie de Jong. But again, you wouldn't be surprised if it was. I mean, well, for Bicho Man, I'm just seeing a bit more news. The decision was confirmed. As revealed in January, Varane said, I'll see you at Old Trafford to say goodbye for the last game at home this season. It's going to be a very emotional day for me. Again, it is going to be emotional, if Faithfuls has said there, at 28, Raphael Varane pushed for a move away from Real Madrid, despite still being a very important player for them because he wanted to fulfill his dream of playing for Manchester United. Definitely one of the best players, in my opinion, to ever wear the jersey. He's been numerous, but he's definitely up there. I would love to show, because he came out and did a mini video, but YouTube can be a bit of a pain in the hole at times and copyright shit, which I don't know how I can prevent that. Which is a shame, which is a big, big shame. But it definitely is a shame that he is going in the summer. But you look at that 2021 season, right? You had, I'll just name a few of the players there. You had, Cristiano Ronaldo. You had Paul Pogba. You had Jadon Sancho. Obviously we still have Bruno. You had even, I know things fortunately went shit, but you had Mason Greenwood. We had Varane, obviously. I just don't know how things just have went downhill. And it's funny, Matic, the picture I'm looking at here, because Greenwood doesn't play for us, Sancho probably won't play for us again, Pogba doesn't play for us, Ronaldo doesn't play for us, Matic doesn't play for us. It's only Shaw and Bruno Fernandes in that photo that I'm looking at there. Chris Wheeler, speaking of wages, Chris Wheeler said Raphael Varane failed to agree a new contract to Manchester United to replace his existing 340 grand a week contract. Yeah, I mean, look, if he's not going to get that, Varane's probably thinking to himself, look, I'm still a good defender. Yeah, no, I'm injury prone. Yeah, I've been in and out of the squad this season. Yeah, the team's in a bit of a shit situation. Yes, it's too much, but I still want me wages. And if you're not going to agree with that, there was no hope of Varane taking a cut. There was no chance. But Punch Paint says wages, injuries because we're losing a proven leader in that dressing room. Again, we're losing leaders. Like, that's a shame. I mean, well said as well, Punch Paint lad. Well said as well. We're getting rid of a leader. I'm going to ask you now. I've been watching. You look at that team now. Just, I know there could be leaders, but you look at that team now. Who's a leader? Like, who'd look at and say he's going to grab you by the scruff of the neck or whatever and get you going, give you a kick up the backside? Who is it? Is it Leach? Is it Bruno? Jesus Christ, who is it? Who is it? I'd like to sit here and say, Rashford, I know he's not 19, 20 anymore, maybe but he's not. He just isn't. We don't have a lot of leaders in that dressing room. Casemiro just isn't up to scratch at all, so it looks like he's giving up at life. So, we're like you look at other clubs, you look at, Real Madrid, Manchester City, who you look at Real Madrid, they have Toni Kroos, they have Luka Modric, they have Nacho Fernandez, they have even Rudiger, they had Benzema. They have leaders in that dressing room and proven ones too. Manchester City, De Bruyne, Rodri. Who else is there in there? You have Kyle Walker. Like Manchester, you have Bernardo Silva. City have teams like the top teams have leaders. We don't have many. In fact, we probably don't even have any. You know what I mean? It's like you look at back in the day where Manchester United were winning everything. You had Jesus Christ, you had Gary Neville, you had Roy Keane, you had Peter Schmeichel, you even had Van der Sar, you had Ferdinand, Vidic. You look at you have Dennis Irwin. Like the glory Manchester United team had leaders all over the pitch. Yeah, one had to wear the armband, but there was leaders all over that Manchester United pitch, and that's why Manchester United were one of the best and one of the successful teams in the world back then. Look, we're still one of the biggest, but at the moment we're not really making like we're the best, which is a shame. And then you're getting rid of Varane because of the wages. We're not getting rid of him because of his injury prone or anything like that. We're getting rid of him because of his wages. Because Manchester United don't want to give him that. And yeah, look, some are saying, maybe it's a good thing that he's gone. Look, 340 grand a week. It's a bit much, I'll admit that. It would have been nice if he took a pay cut. But he wasn't going to take a pay cut. With Raphael Varane, he's a leader. But my question is who else is going to go now? Who else? Are we going to have a clear out this summer? Are we going to have the clear out we wanted? Are we going to get rid of the players that we want to get rid of? Or are we going to get rid of Varane, Casemiro, and then Sancho, and then sit back and say, right, that was a lovely job done, now let's try and sign players for 500 million. Like, you know what I mean? It's a shame. Punch Paint says remaining leaders: Leach, Shaw, Bruno. Yeah, Shaw. Yeah, how could I forget Luke Shaw and Harry at the moment? Rashi is absent from that list, but hopefully he steps it up. Well, yeah, like you said, there is leaders. Leach. I mean, I've seen a tweet the other day that Manchester United's Leach's absence from the dressing room at the moment it's a huge effect on the dressing room. And Leach is going to be back for tomorrow's game against Newcastle. You know what I mean? And one thing about Leach, he plays for the badge, he loves the club, and he gives it his all. Sometimes he gives it too much of his all because he's been in 3 times this season, but he's still putting a shift in. So he'll be back tomorrow. He's a Leach. He is Leach, but he's also a leader. Maguire. It's funny though. You look at Maguire, right? We gave him the captain's armband. Was shit. Shit performances, poor. woeful. We take it off him, and he plays better. I've been really impressed with Harry Maguire this season. It's a shame he's out injured as well. But Maguire's been very good this season. Honestly, he really has. He's came out. You compare Maguire to the season before, the last season, the season before. It's an improvement. That's all, and hopefully he gets better. But will we see Maguire leaving the summer? You know what I mean? Marcus Rashford again. He can be a leader because we look at what he done last season. He can be a leader, no doubt about it. But it's a shame that he's not having a great season. Luke Shaw's been out injured a few times this season. So was Leach. So was Maguire. Now Bruno's out. So at the moment, I know Leach is going to be back, but at this moment in time, those players that you named there aren't available. Bruno's out injured. Shaw's out injured. Maguire's out injured. And Rashford is out injured. The only player that is available now is Leach. But he's not going to be 100%. He's fit, but he's not going to be, he'd be a bit rusty, obviously, because he's been out for a long time. 2-3 months or something like that. So, yeah, it's definitely not great. But again, who do we sign in the summer at the centre back? I know. Look, I mean, soon as the season ends, can't wait to do the show where we dive in and who to get rid of and who we should sign and so on and so forth. Because that's going to be a show I'm really looking forward to. But the next step is, who do we bring in now? We cannot not rely, but Lindelof. I wouldn't be surprised if Lindelof ships off in the summer as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if we keep him either. Look at our defenders now. You have Campoale, you have Johnny Evans, you have Campoale, you have Harry Maguire, you have Lisandro Martinez, you have Victor Lindelof. Johnny Evans, Campoale, Leach, Maguire. Sorry, I'm a bit stupid. Leach, Johnny Evans, Campoale, Harry Maguire, and Victor Lindelof. Is that our only defenders? 5. And Lindelof's out injured. Maguire's out injured. Varane is leaving. Yeah, so our only defenders now who can play, according to Ten Hag, is Leach, Campoale, and Johnny Evans. And Leach is obviously going to be in there. So hopefully he starts tomorrow. Look, I do wish Raphael Varane the best. When he does, obviously tomorrow night at Old Trafford is going to be emotional for him because he's going to be there at Old Trafford. I don't think he should be able to play, but obviously, be a farewell, all that sort of stuff. Punch Paint says, I can see Lindelof leaving for the Italian league to prolong his career. Mainly will eventually be the leader. I think we all see that. Oh, 100%. Look, the way Mainu's going at the moment, he's a young lad, and look, again, we do have, again, you are right in saying that. You 100% you are right in saying that Mainu, hopefully, he can be a leader, because I think he will. I have no doubts, but over the years, would you say the same about Garnacho? Again, Mainu definitely the main man there, but Garnacho as well. Could he be a leader for the future? Could he be? Could Dallo be a leader? Just saying. Could Dallo be another leader in there? I mean, let me know. Punch Paint says, Varane's farewell video made me quite emotional. I can't lie. Same here, Punch Paint. I'm not going to be a coward to deny that. I watched it, and obviously, I feel like, I woke up this morning and seen the news, Varane leaving, and then, you wake up and you're a bit stupid a few minutes in. When you wake up, like, Varane's leaving, and it wasn't a total surprise to me, but then I seen the video and I thought, that hurts, that hurts deep, because we're getting rid of a player that we've never had any issues with, who's always put in a shift, who's always grafted. His only issue is he was injury Brown. That's his only issue that we've ever had. Raphael Varane. That's my issue. That's the only issue I have with Varane. But look, it definitely make it emotional, you know. I mean, I'm sure we'll all get emotional when Martial makes his makes his farewell video. Will anyone actually get, like, I respect to Martial, like, you know, he's had a few come ons at the club as well, but will many get emotional about Raphael Varane? I think the club that sold us to him, you know, the Ballon d'Or clause and that. But it definitely did, you know, because Varane's been at the club for 3 years now. And he's been a big help at the back. I mean, like I said, who remembers Leach and Varane at defence last year? Who remembers it? No one can forget that defence. That defence started week in, week out. Honestly, I mean, at the toughest of times, Varane has came back, and Leach, you know, I mean, look, wouldn't it be deadly just for one last time you see Varane and Leach play alongside each other? I mean, and then they both keep a clean sheet. I know Leach is not leaving. I know Raphael Varane is not dead. The way I'm talking, it's where Raphael Varane has died. But still, it's still a shame that a player like Varane is leaving. He's not leaving because he's shit, because he's not. He's not leaving because there was a time last year this season we'll say that he didn't get game time, but that was probably down to injuries. And I remember the time. I remember, you know, him and Ten Hag supposedly had a falling out. Yeah. So look, listen. Sorry about that. People just don't think I'm loyal. I'm trying to talk about the main man himself, Raphael Varane. But yeah, look, listen, it definitely was an emotional video, Punch Paint. But look, it's a shame that he's leaving. Tomorrow night, I think he'll be out on the pitch. I'm not sure whether it'd be before the game, or you'd imagine it'd probably be after the game, because, you know, the players will walk around the pitch. I'm not sure what Ten Hag will do what he done last season when he spoke around into the mic. But yeah, that'll definitely be interesting to see. But yeah. Punch Paint says he didn't start against City. That was shocking that him and Ten Hag could have fallen out, but they immediately handled it behind the scenes. To be honest, we put Varane to the eye test. He's fading. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Manchester City. Oh yeah, was that? Obviously, it was this season. Obviously, but that was that when they beat us 3-0. I remember that. Yeah. I think it was this season. Anyways, I mean, I could be bloody wrong. But yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. But look, again, and did you notice that Varane didn't make a big fuss? Him and Ten Hag saw it behind the scenes. That's what you want. And Varane, you know, I remember when we've seen that news, and I was like, Varane, like, you know, but he's a calm bloke. But look, yeah, I mean, look, he is fading, unfortunately. He is fading, unfortunately. Raphael Varane, no doubt about it, no doubt about it. But look, like I say, unfortunately, the issues with the players, as much as I like Ten Hag, he's having a few issues with players, and Varane should be a player that should be starting week in, week out when available because of what he brings and his experience and his calmness at the back. Like I said, he's not the quickest anymore, but still a good defender. So yeah, still a good defender, yeah. Definitely. But look, have a bit more news. It's a bit crap, but supposedly Bruno has been receiving interests from other clubs. Again, Manchester United, again, I'm not even going to read too much because the news I'm seeing from Samuel Luckhorst to that man must support Liverpool or something like that. But look, what do you think about Bruno? Supposedly Bayern Munich and Inter Milan are supposedly interested in him. I don't think. I mean, Ten Hag said it there. It's the same question as last week, so I answer. That's the same answer. Now, in all the years he was a tremendously important player for Man United and creating the most chances across the Premier League. So many assists, so many goals. It's clear he's a very important player for us. And yeah, look, that's definitely. I don't think Bruno's going anywhere. Surely Bruno's not going to want to leave Manchester United, right? Like you can get fucked. I'm very, very, very. Hold on. I'm very confident that what's his face is not going anywhere. Punch Paint says yes. It was the October game when he started Evans over claiming it was tactical. Yeah, we lost 3-0. I remember that. I definitely remember that. But we lost 3-0. So yeah. Tactical, I think not. But Fabrizio Romano has come out and said Saudi Pro League clubs have Casemiro's name on their shortlist since October. Proposals to the players' camp, and to Man United are expected to follow after final budget for SPL clubs is clarified. There are good chances for Casemiro to leave Man United in the summer. So it looks like Casemiro will be leaving in the summer as well, which would also be another shame. But you know what? I think it's best that him and Varane and Casemiro just move on. Casemiro especially because unfortunately things haven't been going well for him. All that sort of stuff with Casemiro. So that's another player who, again, I'm only saying if I'm not have no Fabrizio Romano's or David Ornstein to look back to, but from my opinion, I'd be very, very. I'm just going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Casemiro leaves Manchester United in the summer. Just like things are going for him this season, I just don't think he's up to. I like Casemiro, I really, really do. Another player that's won numerous trophies. Unfortunately, most of them numerous trophies won were with Real Madrid and not Manchester United. But again, Casemiro gone, wouldn't be surprised. The Premier League, it's again. I feel like as of now, Varane be leaving. I wouldn't be surprised if Eriksen leaves. Same with Casemiro. The same, Martial's gone, but the same with Sancho too. I think they're players that are certain gone. But look, we'll end it there. Thanks everybody for watching the video. Hopefully, we get a few more players who Punch Paint says we're watching you from the US and we're gutted we may not see these players on the US tour. Oh, you're from the US, Punch Paint. Nice. I tell you what, I've an auntie over there. Where does she live again? She used to live in San Francisco. But what part of the US are you from? Just part. No, don't put your address. Just part. Well, if you're from the US, just the US. I've never been. But I would love to go over to see Manchester United play over there. I'd love to see Manchester United play over in the US. I'd love it. Oh, I'd love it. Long Island, New York. New York. Oh, you lucky bastard. Man, honestly, like, most people who always talk about, when I say America comes up in the house, some people, New York. I'd love to go to New York and San Francisco. But the issue is, the prices, the flights will be tough. taking my girlfriend to the South Carolina game versus Scousers. Lovely. Is this the game where you're going to make your girlfriend into supporting Manchester United, or is she already a Manchester United fan? Because I know a lot of people that bring their girlfriends to watch Manchester United play to try and get them into it. And he just, yeah. But look, if she already supports them, well done, son. Well done, my friend. But yeah, that game against the Scousers as well. I mean, I'm debating on just because obviously it'd be late in Ireland, so she's already a man. I'll tell you what, you've completed life because she doesn't support any other team but Manchester United. You've completed life there, Punch Paint Man. But yeah, no, like I said, I'm debating on doing the US the games over in America. I'm debating on doing live watch longs for them. I know it's late, but I mean, what the hell have we? What have I gotten to miss? What have I gotten to miss? I'll be very, very tired, so I might have to get a bit of Monster Energy into me. But I might actually look who because I know we're playing Liverpool, Arsenal. I know we have Rangers in Scotland. So Manchester United, US. Oh no, I might be away actually for the first game, but I'll be back to 31st. So, Manchester United have a clash with Arsenal at the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles on July 27th. Then a match July 34th with Real Betis in San Diego. And an August 3rd game against Liverpool at Williams-Brice Stadium, the home of the University of South Carolina Stadium. Okay. If I may be away for the game against Arsenal on the 27th, but I'll do a watch along. I'll try to watch along for the game against Betis at the Snapdragon Stadium and Liverpool. They're the games, and then the other games too that we have. And I hope they're coming to Ireland this year too. You know, because they came here last year. Well, you start, but I wouldn't say last year, but pre-season this. So we have Rosenborg on the 15th of July. Will I be away for that? I don't know. Maybe away for the range. So yeah, more than likely to be watch-alongs for the game against Betis and Liverpool. There may be one for the Rosenborg game. I forget what time I'm going on holiday. Date I'm going on holidays. But yeah, no, I hope they're coming to Ireland this year because they came to Ireland before this season, and the team was fringe players. Fringe. Again, like you said there, you know, you went to the Wrexham match in San Diego last summer and you didn't know that they were playing the Young Guns when you got tickets. That was the same with me. When I got the tickets to go watch us play Athletic Bilbao, I got them about about 2 months or so, a month or two before they played that game, and I thought, lovely, I'm going to see, I was happy, I'm going to see this player, that player. Now, I did go watch Manchester United play this season, the Premier League, and I did get to see a few of the players. Fortunately, most of them are injured. The players I wanted to see were injured, like Leach. I think Casemiro was out injured. Same at Varane. So there's a few players I wanted to see that were injured, but in Ireland, they played Heaton in goals, Alvaro Fernandez, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Donny van de Beek, Gore, Hannibal. I think it was Hannibal. Then it was Pellistri, Sancho, and Forson. I know I've probably seen, but I remember that game against Sandy Wrexham too. But that is a shame, because people like Americans and myself, people that wouldn't be as close to England, who I'm just not coming over to my country. I want to go. I want to watch. I want to go and see this and that player. But then you find out that no one's going to be the one that you want to watch. You're still watching Manchester United, but you're not watching the Manchester United, the players you want to watch. No disrespect to the youngsters, but you're not watching the players you want to watch, which is a really big shame. But look, I'll be very, very surprised if they don't have the strong team for that Liverpool game. There's no excuses for that one. But look, hope you enjoyed the game, Punch Paint. I'm sure we'll talk a bit before then. But I mean, look, I didn't know you were from the US. I mean, I would love to go over to New York, no doubt about it. I mean, hopefully when the United Way gets bigger and money starts coming in, we can maybe do a tour. Because there's a few other lads sat on the channel as well, so maybe we can maybe go over there for the game during the summer. But look, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the summer has. We'll see what the future holds for us all. But look, you got fans everywhere, mate. I mean, there's a few that watch from Ireland, India, America. There's a few. Yeah, we're sort of England. We're sort of everywhere. We've sort of have found like which I like. Which I like. I mean, Amay, who's on the channel, is from India. Top man. Yeah, it's a bit of a global thing. It's mad though. You don't realize how far YouTube goes. To be fair, I mean, I'll say the reason why we have a few fans now is because of Jay Motti, because he's a legend and he comes on. But yeah, look, it'd be interesting to see now. It'd be interesting to see how things grow. But look, I'm gonna end it there, Reds. Absolute legends. Manchester United playing tomorrow night. There will be a live watch along. Do not forget. If any news breaks over the next couple of hours or 24 hours, whatever day it is, we'll jump on, we'll go live, we'll discuss. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one.